Do you know it was a very few cowboys in Texas and Oklahoma and Montana and all that drank? And they made their peace with God in that saddle at night, singing to the herds of cattle. They lived to nature. They could hear the whippoorwill. They could hear the coyote bay.
Were you in Dallas when it was first beginning as a city? Do you remember?
I come here about 1895 with the circus.
How has it changed?
Well, it's changed. All these big buildings and all of it, and the public is in a rush and a bust and a bundle. They always wanting what is not.
Do you like it?
Sure. I'm used to all the largest cities in the world where I've been, but I say that they in too big of a hurry. They always wanting what is not. When it's hot, they want it cold. When they're cold, they want it hot. They always want not as what, you see. The good old days, we had good friendship, and there were brotherly love amongst neighbors.
Is that what we're missing today?
Yes, you are. It's dog eat dog today. You bite me or I'll bite you. Yes, sir.
Well, I don't think you can say there's an arms race as such in space. Certainly, there are several nations, principally the United States and the Soviet Union, who are doing a great deal in space. And I would say that the nation that gains dominance in space could, at a later date, perhaps use this to military advantage. But at the present time, I really can't say there's an arms race in space today.
What are we looking for in the way of military applications in the space program?
Well, of course, we have a sizable defense program in space. Right now, the thing they're looking at is principally is the manned orbiting laboratory program that the Air Force has, which in itself will try to establish whether or not space can be used for military purposes and whether or not this is a suitable environment for military men to work in.
The Tarrant County Commissioners Court received a report today from the Texas Research League with Alvin Berger and Bob Norwood, both of Austin, making the report, that is going to bring about quite a bit of controversy and quite a bit of discussion now and for the next couple of weeks. It regards a topic which has been bandied about for the last 20 years, but now is becoming a matter of primary, in fact, of immediate concern. And that is, what happens when the municipalities in a county, the small cities, towns, and villages, incorporate all the land in the county? There are 34 such towns and cities in Tarrant County, and thus we are now faced with the problem of deciding what will be the function of the county government when all the land is actually also governed by a city. The report from the Texas Research League proposes that the county might want to provide for all the cities, in fact all the land in the county, such services as police, fire, streets and roads, public health, the parks and recreation services, libraries, waste, planning and engineering, and what is called general control. Some of the questions that have to be answered now is what happens to the rest of the offices which are currently governed under what is called county government, the ones which functions would be replaced by the municipalities or city governments. Are the city governments going indeed to go along with such a project? And does the article which has been passed and is now open for debate before the legislature actually serve any real function? Well, the Tarrant County Commissioners are going to Austin on Wednesday to discuss that with representatives from here. It will be interesting to see what they find and to see what happens next. From Fort Worth, Jerry Taft, Channel 8 News.
The people, lots of times, they take Custer as a great hero, and they go to work and they don't realize this. In 1868, the United States government signed a treaty with Chief Red Cloud, and it said that the Black Hills was ours as long as the river flows and grass grows, that no man can trade or trespass upon this land unless it is agreeable to you Indians. In 1870, when Custer was up there with his troops, they found gold in the by the horse's hoofs, by the shoes, and they drove us out of there. And then we needed food, and we found out that President Grant was issuing orders that we could not hunt the buffalo. And the Cheyennes and all had it in for Custer, for killing those women and children in Black Kettle's village. And they said, now here's where we'll fix him. But he came.